All right, in this video, I'm gonna try to end the debate once and for all on what are the top three cards ever created in Magic the Gathering in old school. I'm talking about 93, 94 here, right? I like to concentrate on 93, 94 because that's what I used to play when I was a kid. And that's what I still play today. And anything after Fallen Empires, I used to play it. I played until 97, but I like to stick to old school 93, 94. So we're gonna, without further ado, let's get into it and see. I'll give you my opinion on what I think are the three best cards ever created in Magic the Gathering. All right. So there's a lot of different opinions on this topic, and people will tend to, you know, throw in Lotus, the Moxes, the Library Alexandria, Mind Twist, and Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all that good stuff. All right. My top three, I'll tell you what my top three is, and I'll tell you why I believe those are the three best cards of all time. Now, without further ado, let's get into this. Number one, obviously, there's no surprise here. The best card ever printed in old school Magic the Gathering. One blue, draw three cards. It's pretty much self-explanatory. There's not much to say about this card. It's just a game changer, all right? Where people are gonna defer on opinions are on number 2 and 3. Here's my number 2, all right? Time Walk. The reason why this card I put in my top 3, and actually my number 2 and 3 are interchangeable. So this is number 1 for sure, but number 2 and 3 are interchangeable. And the reason why it's interchangeable is because none of them is really better than the other. They're both really good cards. And obviously, you get to play an extra turn, you get an extra attack phase, an extra draw phase, an extra land drop. There's nothing bad about this card. Really, the worst that could happen if you draw a Time Walk and you don't get an extra attack, or you don't get to drop an extra land, or cast extra spells, it's just a wasted draw. You just get to draw another another card. You play it and you play another turn. So if it's like that, turn never happened. So there's no down effect to this. Now, the third card, which I believe is the most influential and powerful card in Magic the Gathering, here it is. You guys, in case you didn't figure it out, Demonic Tutor in black. One black, one colorless. Search your library for any one card. This card has to be in the top 3, in my opinion, for the only reason that it basically is an answer. It goes and fetch any answer you want in your deck. The reason why these cards are in my top 3 is because in order for me to qualify a card as a top card in Magic the Gathering, it's a card that has to have always a positive effect when you draw it. It's a card that you're always happy to draw, whether it's turn 1, whether it's turn 21, or whether it's in turn 41, or whether it's in your opening hand. You're always happy to draw one of these 3 cards. Your game is always going to be positively impacted if you draw one of these 3 cards. A Lotus in an opening hand is a great card, but if you draw a Lotus, if you top deck a Lotus, let's say on turn number 10, and you have no cards in your hands, there's not much you could do with it. If you draw Library of Alexandria on turn 1, yes, it's almost a 90% win rate if the opponent has no strip mine or no way of removing that Library Alexandria. But if you draw Library Alexandria on turn number 8, when you got 2 cards left in your hands, it's pretty useless. So in order for a card to be considered a top card, it does not have to be conditional. It has to be good at any time. There has to be no conditions to be met. All right. These cards are not conditional. They're just good standalone cards. That's another thing. They have to be standalone. They don't have to be associated with another card. I mean, a Mind Twist is good on turn 1, yes, if you have a Black Lotus next to it, or a Dark Ritual, or a few Moxes. Because a Mind Twist with a Swamp on turn 1 is a Mind Twist of 0. A Mind Twist on turn 2 with 2 Swamps is a discarding effect of 1 for your opponent, and you're losing 1 card. So then again, there's nothing special about it. Mind Twist on turn 3 with 3 land drops, 3 swamps, or 3 land drops. Well, you get 1 card advantage over your opponent. So again, Mind Twist is very situational. It's very good if you draw it, if you have it in your starting hand with acceleration of mana, or else by itself. A Mind Twist is not always good. I mean, you're not happy to top deck a Mind Twist when you're on turn 23 and both you and your opponents have no more cards in your hands. I mean, there's nothing special about a Mind Twist at that point. So yeah, these are the top 3 best cards of all time. Now, just imagine one thing. The reason why Demonic Tutor is never considered a top card is for one reason and one reason only. It's because it was reprinted and revised. If Demonic Tutor would have never been reprinted and revised, could you believe how rare and how powerful this card would be? It would be worth in the thousands of dollars. It'd be right up there with the Power 9. It would be the Power 10. I firmly believe that if Demonic Tutor would have never been reprinted, it would have been the Power 10. Same thing goes with Balance in white. If Balance would have never been reprinted and revised, it would have been there. I mean, it's such a powerful card. It's the most powerful card in white. And the reason why these cards don't get their respect, Demonic Tutor, Balance, also Wheel of Fortune, is because those cards have been mass reprinted in 3rd edition revised. So I guess people had them in their decks. They were very inexpensive, so they lost a bit of their the respect they should have garnered that they never did. But yeah, those are extremely powerful cards. You know, I mean, it's easy to see if you want to qualify a card on its power level. You got to make it past 1 test, all right? It's the lonely color card in a deck test. If you were to put only 1 white card in your deck, which card would it be? It would be the Balance. If you would only put 1 blue card in your deck, which one would it be? Obviously, it'd be the Ancestral Recall. If you would have to put only 1 black card in your deck, which one would it be? Obviously, it'd be the Demonic Tutor. Same thing with the dual with the lands. Obviously, if you would have to put only 1 land in your card, it'd be the Library of Alexandria. But then again, I still don't consider it in the top 3. I mean, there's other cards that are common and uncommon that are amongst the most powerful cards in Magic. For example, the Lightning Bolt. It's such an amazing card. Swords to Plowshares. It's those are iconic, powerful cards. Those are staples, all right? And it's not because they're not expensive that they're not part of the best cards in Magic the Gathering. Again, if you would have to put 1 artifact in your deck, what would it be? Would it be a Black Lotus? I wouldn't pick a Black Lotus. I would pick a Chaos Orb anytime over a Black Lotus if I would have to put 1 artifact in my deck. So yeah, that's my reasoning on why I put these 3. And like I said, the only reason why nobody looks at Demonic Tutor as one of the top 3 cards, in my opinion, is because it was reprinted in revised. And just for that reason there, people lost the respect this card was supposed to have. But if this card would have never been reprinted and revised, a Demonic Tutor Alpha would be $20,000. Easy, eyes closed. An unlimited one would be more expensive than a Chaos Orb. So you go figure out how much a Demonic Tutor would be worth. So that's my opinion. That's what I think, well, the best 3 cards are in Magic the Gathering. I guess Time Walk, the weakest one out of the 3, most probably, because I mean, the worst comes to worst, it gives you nothing, but actually gives you an extra draw, an extra turn, so you don't lose anything. But, I mean, there's no doubt this one's the strongest one. But I think these 2 are really 2 and 3, in my opinion. You guys, let me know. What do you think? Is it a good choice? What's your top 3? Let me know in the comments, all right? Have a good one. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.